A couple of movies on their way out here. One's coming sooner than the next. We've got Five Nights at Freddys coming out, I believe, on the 27th.
Yes, sir.
Is a release for that. And it's sometime in November that the new Hunger Games.
I believe that's the 10th.
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, or
Snakes on a Plane. Yep.
Snakes on a Plane and Chutes and Ladders.
Yep.
Is coming. Now, look, I was never all that interested in the upcoming Hunger Games movie until they showed us the presentation for it at CinemaCon all the way back in April. And even I was like, damn, that looks really good. Then a few months later, they dropped the trailer online for the world to see, got a lot of views on it, and the response was pretty good. It was a really good trailer. Whether Hunger Games is for you or not, it was a really good trailer. And now we got Five Nights at Freddys, which until I see it and it proves otherwise, I think is going to be a total big bag of shit. Despite the fact that I've been super excited about seeing a Five Nights at Freddys. I got really hyped about it when I found out that the Jim Henson Company was going to be working with the studio on it to develop the animatronics and all that kind of stuff. So excited. And then we found out that was going to be dropped day and date on Peacock. And I don't know if you've been keeping score, but each time that Paramount or each time that Universal has dropped a movie in theaters and on Peacock day and date, the movies have sucked. And then we found out that they weren't lifting the review embargo for the movie until the day after the movie comes out in theaters, which is unheard of.
That's crazy.
Now, I should point out that the 24 hours after we reported that story, that apparently we started hearing from people that the studio had changed the review embargo date and now was having the review embargo lift the day of the movie coming out, which is still a horrible, horrible red flag. So the fact that they're dropping a day and date and the fact that they're basically hiding the movie all screams to me this movie's going to be a big bag of shit. That notwithstanding. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Rocket Money. Did you know that the average person has around 12 paid subscriptions and they might not even remember to subscribing to half of those? If you have no idea just how much you're spending each month, you need Rocket Money. It's this great app that tracks all of your expenses so you know exactly where your money is going. I recently just found out that over 80% of people have subscriptions that they've completely forgotten about. Seriously, think about how many free trials you subscribe to that you just probably never canceled. And that's why I'm such a big fan of Rocket Money, because I was one of those people. When I signed up to Rocket Money, I was stunned to find out that a gym I had belonged to in another city I lived in, I had still been paying my dues to for over 2 years. Also, that music subscription service I use, I forgot I was subscribed to 2 other ones. That's where Rocket Money comes in, because Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. With over 3 million users and counting, Rocket Money customers have saved on average of $720 a year. So stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and manage your money the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Campea. That's rocketmoney.com/Campea. rocketmoney.com/Campea. This is a movie that I had been waiting for a long time, and I think a lot of people have been waiting for a long time. And according to Box Office Pro, the advanced projections on both of these movies are showing just how many people have been looking forward to Five Nights at Freddys. Take a look at this. Right now, according to Box Office Pro, the projections for Five Nights at Freddys are anywhere between, I can't believe these numbers, 56 and $80 million.
Compare that with the Marvels, which we just talked about.
Yep, which has got that same range. Mm-hmm. Well, Marvel's now is like 75 to 80, but still very, very close. The top end is basically similar. Hunger Games, which is a movie I didn't even think they should have made, but I am excited about it now because it looks pretty darn good, is projected to make somewhere in the $35 to $45 million range. That means we literally could be, depending on where in those ranges both movies open, Five Nights at Freddys could be opening more than double the box office of a Hunger Games film. Now, granted, this is a very different Hunger Games film and what have you, and they still have a lot of work to do to get more people excited about it, but that is pretty impressive. What is also impressive is this. With this movie opening day and date, if, and that's a big if Five Nights at Freddys opens at the top of its range at $80 million, it would have the same opening weekend as a Marvel film opening day and date did, which was Black Widow. Remember that? Black Widow opened day and date in theaters and on Disney Plus at the same time, something that got Disney's ass sued for doing it, but they did it. And Black Widow made $80 million. Five Nights at Freddy's could be making as much as Black Widow did opening weekend. The fact that this thing is opening on Peacock on the same day, and maybe this is a testimony to just how few people actually have.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yep. It's like, they're like, well, not a lot of people have Peacock, so, you know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's it. I happen to enjoy Peacock, mostly because that's where I watch The Office.
Yeah, I'm not like slamming Peacock. I'm just saying the reality is, compared to like Netflix or Disney Plus, Peacock is not like at the top.
They have a much smaller market share. So maybe if this thing was dropping in theaters and on Netflix on the same day, maybe it would be a bigger difference, maybe a smaller opening weekend.
And plus, what a perfect time to release a movie like this during Halloween season.
Oh, yeah.
Like I actually,
Unlike the Haunted Mansion.
yeah, no, I would prefer watching this in theater, even if I knew it was on, just because it's Halloween season.
I'm seeing it.
Well, I always prefer to see it in theaters. I always want to see a movie.
I mean, with A-list, what do I risk other than my time? So it's like, I'm seeing it.
Well, still, some staggering numbers. It's going to be interesting to see how this all turns out. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.